Well, at this point in the program, we now get into our lecture segment, and this morning we are talking about a very, very important concept. We are talking about the importance of walking a higher path, walking a path of peace. And in today's world, we are surrounded by so much turmoil, in a world filled with noise and division, filled with unrest, both globally and sometimes within ourselves as well. Finding peace is becoming more and more challenging every single day. In the current global atmosphere, walking a path of peace is not just a noble idea, it's an absolute necessity for our survival, for our well-being, and of course for our growth as human beings. So the question is, what is the path of peace? Well, the path of peace is not merely the absence of conflict. It's not about avoiding confrontation or living in denial of the problems around you. Rather, the path of peace is an intentional, a conscious way of living. It is a choice that you make, a commitment to harmony and understanding, compassion, and calm in your thoughts, calm in your relationships, calm in your actions amidst all of the turmoil that may be taking place around you. Now, walking a path of peace means that you seek, first of all, inner peace. It means that you seek a tranquil heart, a quiet mind, and that in itself is the key to all peace. Walking a path of peace means that you make peace with Almighty Allah, you make peace with the Almighty. In the heart there is a sense of emptiness which can only be filled by turning to Allah, by turning to the Almighty. In the heart there is a sense of loneliness that can only be removed by coming closer to Allah. And in the heart there is fear, there is anxiety, which only leaves by fleeing to Allah. And in the heart there is a sense of regret, which can only be removed by being satisfied with the Almighty. Number 3, walking a path of peace means that you make peace with humanity. Ask for forgiveness. Forgive others genuinely from the heart. Choose forgiveness over resentment. Choose dialogue over division. Live in a way that contributes to justice, that contributes to balance and sustainability. Walking a path of peace means that you make peace with yourself. Find that ever elusive inner peace and know that Allah is in control. And if you connect with Him, your heart will find peace. During the course of life, at some point, I'm pretty sure that you must have experienced unpleasant things from time to time. This can include the death of a loved one, the loss of a job, family problems, a breakup, sickness or illness. Problems come and go. They always come and go. That's a part of life. Even if something has passed for a long time, sometimes feelings of sadness, feelings of regret and anxiety can still carry on for a very, very long time. And then you live where feelings of sadness from the past are still shackled. You live within a realm that you are now facing difficulty to deal with current problems, because you are now constantly worrying about the future based on your past experiences. All conflicts that occur over time make you stressed out and unhappy. And this, of course, can have an even worse impact because you are prone to depression, you are prone to losing direction, and you can even affect your physical and your mental health conditions as well. So you may have often heard that one way of reducing stress is to make peace with yourself. We have heard that many times, but the real question is, what does it mean to be at peace with yourself? Making peace with oneself can be understood as acceptance of the current conditions. Making peace with yourself is a process in life. You have to accept your own realities, your own weaknesses, your own strengths. And then with that knowledge processed in your mind, you can now begin to make peace with yourself. Nothing is certain in the future. nothing new in the past. And making peace with yourself can be done by enjoying what is right there in front of you now. Live in the present and strive to continue to grow to be better in life. Start by believing in yourself. Reduce feelings of doubt and strengthen confidence in yourself. You also need to care more about yourself. Sometimes that sounds easy, but it can sometimes be very, very hard to do. As you go through the course of your life, remember that you will be surrounded by positives and negatives. Take on board the positives and stay very, very far from the negatives. Everything in life is easier when you don't concern yourself with what anyone else is doing. Mistakes are natural, and everyone has made mistakes. No one is perfect. Like they say, a flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms without having the slightest concern about the flower next to it. So don't lose faith when you see others receiving answers to their prayers in what seems like record time, and your prayers seems to be not answered. Don't be envious of other people's blessings. If you haven't received your own blessing just yet, don't despair. Say to yourself that my time is coming. My time is coming, and the Almighty will never ever forget me. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's, because that in itself will eat away at your core peace. In life, we are often guilty of unfairly comparing ourselves to others. The grass may seem greener when we are looking with envious eyes at the things that we think that we are lacking. But the absolute truth is that you are uniquely you, and that is absolutely quite perfect. From the time we are small, we learn to compare ourselves to others. At a young age, it is our way of making sense of things around us and figuring out our place in the world. And this can be fine if you have a strong sense of self-esteem. However, if in comparing yourself to others, you decide then that you are not as good as others, or not as capable as others, or not likely to succeed as others, this in itself can be very, very detrimental. So the most important things in life comes from within, comes from inside, not outside. And comparing yourself to others is a recipe for disaster. Almighty Allah has indeed made you perfect, and life is short. Pursue what matters and focus on your goals and on your journey ahead. Keep working towards your goals. Instead of comparing yourself to anyone else, measure your own self, where you are right now compared to a week ago, compared to a month ago, compared to a year ago, and look at the progress that you are making bit by bit. Almighty Allah revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the Quran in chapter 15 verse 88. He said, do not strain your eyes in order to look at what we have given to certain classes of people to enjoy, and do not become grievous over them. Focus on your chapter of life. Focus on your goals that you have going on right now in front of you. And sometimes it's good to live a private life. A private life is a happy life. Not every part of your life needs to be public. Not every person is a well-wisher. Always remember that. Some people are fueled by jealousy. Some people are desirous of making a soap opera out of your life. Some people are waiting to get the opportunity to trip you up in life and to destroy what you have. Most people simply don't care. So sometimes don't let people know your relationship problems. Don't let people know your good deeds. Don't let people know your personal life, your finances, your family problems, your belongings, your weaknesses, your life's goals. People have a tendency to try to destroy a good thing. And sometimes it is better to keep something hidden from the public domain. So in closing, I say to you, be the peace that you seek. I urge you, do not wait for the world to become peaceful. Become peace yourself. Be a sanctuary within the storm, a calm presence in the chaos. Be a voice of reason amongst all of the noise. The world doesn't need more anger, it needs more love. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs more stillness. It doesn't need more division, it needs unity. So let us all walk a path of peace, not just for ourselves, but for our families, our communities, and of course for the generations yet to come.